Aviation has been a critical asset of the Army for decades. Helicopters equip the Army with broader reconnaissance abilities, quicker reaction times, and enhanced maneuverability than that of their fixed-wing counterparts. Whether for combat, supply, or recovery missions, nothing beats the mobility and flexibility that rotary wing aircraft provide. Get your flight career off the ground with an aviation MOS in the Army National Guard.
For me, the National Guard was an easy decision to make.
I chose the National Guard because I loved being at home.
I've flown helicopters all over the United States and all over the world, and I get the pride of doing that in the Army uniform.
Not many people can go to work on Monday, say, hey, I flew some helicopters over the weekend.
Aviation links all warfighting functions of the Army, including sustainment, command and control, maneuver, and protection. The Army National Guard employs it in missions of all kinds, such as wildfire response, medical evacuations, and search and rescue missions. In combat operations, aviation may engage enemy forces directly or air assault ground maneuver forces. These aircraft's capabilities provide Army National Guard units with the mobility they need in sustained combat and recovery operations.
Black Hawk unit, extremely active when it comes to fire suppression and search and rescue and overseas.
The Army's fleet begins with the UH-60 Black Hawk, equipped with twin turbine engines, a single four-bladed main rotor, and operated by a crew of 4 soldiers. The CH-47 Chinook is the Army National Guard's primary heavy troop and supply transport. The UH-72 Lakota is a twin-engine light utility helicopter with a single four-bladed main rotor used principally for logistics and support missions, as well as medevac. The AH-64 Apache, equipped with fire control radar, fire and forget radar-guided Hellfire missiles, and 30mm chain gun, makes this the primary air attack and reconnaissance platform. The RQ-7 Shadow is a tactical, unmanned aerial system for ground maneuver forces used for reconnaissance, surveillance, and target acquisition.
The UH-60 Black Hawk is the workhorse of the National Guard aviation field. We can carry water buckets to put out fires, Humvees, or supply caches.
Helicopters are more complex than fixed-wing aircraft and require regular maintenance to keep them operating effectively. Maintenance crews are trained to repair, rebuild, and install all components of the aircraft. Guard soldiers will learn this machinery inside and out and be able to troubleshoot all parts of the aircraft.
I love working on aircraft. Knowing that I can work on a $30 million piece of equipment and return it to service is a prideful thing. That too gains me experience in the civilian world.
Army aviation doesn't stop at rotary wing aircraft. It extends to unmanned aerial systems as well. The Army National Guard utilizes the Shadow as a recon and communications UAS to gather intel and conduct battlefield assessment.
What I think is cool about the Shadow, it's a smaller aircraft and it's hard to see, especially from the ground. We can report to our CAS scouts on the ground, Marines, Navy SEALs, Green Berets, Delta Force, whoever it may be. We can communicate with anyone and tell them where exactly on a 10-digit grid their target is.
Just as the helicopter fleet requires maintenance teams, so too does the Shadow. Mastering the mechanics of the Shadow will get you a head start in the quickly emerging technology of unmanned aerial systems. Flight is no simple process. With regular takeoffs and landings and multiple flights happening simultaneously, flight crews rely on air traffic control to be flawless in keeping the skyways safe. In Army aviation, you can get the training and experience necessary to earn the essential flight hours towards a career as a pilot in the civilian world, or the technical acumen to be in demand as a technician in the aeronautics industry. With a clear path that could have you working hands-on in an aviation career in as few as 6 months, the Army National Guard may be the quickest route available to embark on your aviation career.